Hey guys, what's going on? This is Xenox Gamer here, and today I want to talk about two things, two very important things for League of Legends. One of them being CS, and the other one being pushing your lane and when not to push your lane. So I have some gameplay here. I'm top against Darius, and I'm playing Darius as well. I didn't choose this because it's he's OP or anything like that. It's just as far as the lane was going and what I want to talk about, it was very good representation. So here I decided to get a little offensive with him. I start trading with him. I can see my jungler coming, and we end up picking up first blood here, which is really nice. So today what I want to talk about is CS. Now that's both last hitting and just generally getting as much of it as you possibly can. So here I try and push the lane a little bit, and now the reason why you'd want to do something like this is because the enemy's no longer there. So your lane opponent, when he's not there and you push the lane, he's missing out on all these creeps, and you can see this right now. His creeps are killing mine, my creeps are killing his, sorry, and the tower is killing it. So he's missing out on both gold, he's missing out on XP, and he's not there for that experience, which is really good. So I go back, buy some items. I want to keep my advantage. Every time I end up killing him, or I push the lane or something like that, there's no need for me to be there. Now, in my particular instance, if I push the lane to the turret all the time, what you're going to want to do is end up warding either the river or the tri-bush or whatever lane you're in. If you're going to be pushing a lot, you want to make sure you have those wards so that you're not getting ganked. Now, we're going to see two things here. So, because I pushed it to his tower, it's now pushing back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push some of these minions out. I'm going to tank some of the damage and keep the lane here. Now what this is doing is called freezing the lane. So what I'm doing right now is keeping his minion wave and my minion wave pretty much just past the river. So now he's overextending. Now what this puts for him, and he played this really well as well, is because he put a ward down. So he's overextending a little bit. He put a ward. That's good. Except for now my jungler can still come from the tri-bush, and we're good to go. So I can still farm. I can farm under the turret pretty good, and excuse me, kind of keeping him away from the creeps and that sort of thing. So typically when you're CSing, I mean, you'd want to last hit, so you don't want to be auto-attacking the minions over and over and over again, because you're going to end up pushing your lane and you're going to make yourself susceptible to ganks. If you're constantly pushing, the jungler's going to see that and the team's going to act on that. So here I figure that I have an advantage, so I go for it. I throw out the ignite, and last auto attack gets the kill. So as far as this lane goes right now, it's still in the same spot. You can see it hasn't moved all that much. So it's still in my favor. It's pushing against me, so it's pushing to my turret, but I'm still actually able to get that CS and make him a little bit overextended, so that if I jump on him, or if my jungler comes, or if my mid lane comes to gank him or something like that, he has a longer walk back to safety, back to the turret or wherever. So coming back, got my Philo, got some boots. I built Darius a little bit tankier, so I'm just getting that gold generation up and going. So when you're CSing or something like that, you want to make sure that you're getting those last hits. You're killing the minion at the very last point that you possibly can, because it's going to keep the lane kind of centralized where you want it to be. If you're going to be auto-attacking a lot and that sort of thing, you're going to make sure you want to put the wards down. You're going to make sure that you want to have ample amount of coverage, and if your jungler can help you out, that's good as well. So the lane, as you can see still, I pushed it a little bit. I have a pretty big advantage both in levels and in items as well, because I'm now 2 kills up on this enemy Darius. So you're going to see one thing really good right here. So I'm ahead, and right now there's nothing for me to CS. I'm not going to hit any of my minions. I am playing a little bit more forward because I'm making sure that he can't CS. I'm making sure that he's going to be losing out on some of the XP, and he's not getting that gold. So I'm creating a further advantage for myself. So when you have an advantage in lane, whether it's gold, XP, or something like that, you always want to try and push those advantages even more. League of Legends is a huge game of snowball, so if you can do so, that's very good. So here, I zoned him away from a lot of the stuff. I pushed the lane. I'm going to go ward to make sure that I don't get ganked. His ward just dies. Now I know that through the river, I'm fine. I'm not going to ward Tribush because I'm sitting right here, so I'm going to be able to see them come. So I decide to trade some damage on him. He pulls me in the turret. I take 2 turret hits, but all in all, it's not too bad. We're going to see me get another kill on him as well. So the reason why you want to push the lane sometimes is because ultimately, let's say if you push the lane the first time and you notice that out of the minions that were there, maybe there was 10, he only got 2 or 3 of them. So you know your enemy's not too good at last hitting under the turret. So that would be a good reason to push the lane. Other reasons as well would be, let's say if you're bottom lane and you want to go for drag, your team's gearing up to go for dragon. If you push that turret, that's going to create 2 things. That's going to create minions that are either being lost or forcing a champion to stay there, which means 1 less person at dragon. Or if they decide to go to dragon and contest you, they're missing out on that XP from the minions, the gold, and they're going to be taking some tower damage as well. So when you gear up for an objective or something like that, or if you want to push them so that you can roam, so you can go steal their jungle, so you can gank other lanes, it's really good in that sense. Now in other situations, if you know that you're not going to be able to trade against another champion, or you're behind or something like that, you don't want to be pushing the lane because that's going to make the jungler, the enemy jungler, a lot more able to camp you. They're going to be able to kill you a lot easier and that sort of thing. So if you're falling behind, or if it's a harder matchup for you, you're going to try and want to make sure that the lane is pushed like you've seen earlier in the video where I had it, excuse me, closer to my tower, because that's going to make sure that you are as close to the most possible safe area you can be in for your lane. So that's sort of kind of the gist of that sort of thing. So we're going to see something here, and this is really important. Because I'm so far ahead, I can see my jungler coming, I can see my mid coming, so I'm just going to cut around a little bit, keep doing some damage and all that. And then we're going to get the nice turnaround double kill counter gank here. So unfortunately, Darius is a huge KS. It's really fun sometimes to play, but again, the nice thing about that is now he's no longer in lane. He's going to be missing all these creeps. He's going to be missing all that XP. He didn't get that gold, and that just creates a further gap from where I am to where he is in terms of a gold and item value. So there's no reason for me to be there. I could get some tower damage if I really want to, but right now, because I'm doing so well in my lane, I'm actually able to farm the lane as much as I possibly can. Because if I'm winning and I'm ahead, I don't want to take that turret right away, because I know that he's going to think that that's the turret's safe for him, and at this point in time with a Nocturne and myself, we could easily tower dive him and get kills and just keep feeding me some gold that way. So pushing your lane and knowing when to do that and when not to do that, or to freeze a lane or anything like that, it's very good stuff to know. That's just kind of the basics of it. I didn't really, I'm not a huge pro player or anything like that, but that's just kind of how I like to think about it and how I go about my lanes usually, as much as I can. So, but other than that, the big thing is, as you can see, like every possible time that I get the opportunity just to last hit that minion, that's a really good thing as well, because ultimately you want that gold. The more gold you get, the more creeps you kill and that sort of thing, the better you are in the game, right? So there's no reason for me to just be auto-attacking all these minions down and that sort of thing. So, and you even see me misplay that huge. I didn't even execute him with my ult, but realistically I didn't want him to flash or anything like that, so I just ult, throw my ignite and my passive, and I'll get the kill. So now he's out of the lane again. I'm able to push the lane, so I'm going to get some very nice tower damage. He's missing those creeps, so you can see how far you can get behind by the enemy pushing to your tower all the time and making sure that you're not in the lane to gather that XP. At this point in time, I'm a couple levels ahead of him, and there's not too much he can really do about it. I have full control over the top lane, and it's going to show in team fights, especially later on as well. So that's, I don't want this video to be too long. I know we just passed just about the 9-minute mark, so I'm going to end it there. If you guys have any comments, questions, or anything like that, please comment box under the video and stuff like that. If you liked it, please like it. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. I'd very much appreciate it, and thank you for watching, guys.